Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and we got some stuff we gotta talk about, alright? Because we gotta talk about Overwatch 1 and it possibly being free to play, and we also gotta talk about Overwatch 2 and it possibly being a standalone game where you might have to pay for it. Even though in yesterday's video I said that probably won't be the case because it really doesn't make sense with Blizzard's history when it comes to Overwatch DLC. But that's the best part and also the suckiest part when it comes to all this Overwatch 2 news and leaks is that none of this is actually really going to happen until Blizzard or Jeff Kaplan comes out and says this is going to happen, and then you can start to freak out if it's not exactly what you want. But that's why I'm making all these videos, is to not only report it but to also just explain to you why this might not be happening or why this does make sense and why it would be happening. But just remember, at the end of the day, none of this is technically happening until someone at Blizzard does say, hey, this is gonna be happening, baby boy. But let me just catch you up to speed when it comes to these two topics in regards to Overwatch 1 possibly being free to play, which has its good and has its bad, but also when it comes to Overwatch 2 being a standalone game where you might have to pay for it, where it has its good and its bad as well. First, talking about Overwatch 1 possibly being free to play, this has been something that's been talked about for many months now, and it's within reason because we're going into the 4th year of Overwatch, and you have to imagine Blizzard really isn't making most of their money from the sales of the game itself, whereas if they were to make it free to play, where everyone is going to be able to have access to that game technically, then they can make way more sales from these sales of loot boxes. And I don't work at the financial department at Blizzard, but it's really just an opportunity cost formula at that point. Someone at Blizzard's gonna sit down and look at the sales reports of the game itself versus the sales of loot boxes. And if they're making like $5 a month for every Overwatch game that's sold, which is a totally exaggerated number, versus $5 million of loot box sales alone, yeah, why wouldn't they make the game open for everyone? Because they have a bigger opportunity to make more money through loot boxes. You gotta imagine they're probably not making a lot of money from the sales of games, so why not just make it free to play so that every single gamer could have access to the game and possibly have access to buy loot boxes. Now, more than likely, people are not going to buy loot boxes, but one thing that I learned from my business class is that a company makes 80% of their sales from 20% of their customers. So if they were to make this game free to play for like 1 million players, more than likely only 200,000 players are actually going to buy loot boxes, but they're gonna buy a lot of loot boxes because they love this game and they want to actually get skins. So that's the reason why it might be free to play. Now, is this a good thing? Well, from Blizzard's end, yeah, because they're gonna make a lot more money. For people that have bought Overwatch in the past, whether it was 4 years ago or just last week for the Nintendo Switch, you might feel cheated, but you might not feel cheated after I explain what they might do in regards to Overwatch 2, but yes, it does suck because you spent your hard-earned money for Overwatch 1, and now they're gonna flip it around and possibly make it free to play. They might not, but it's always there. So how might Overwatch 1 being free to play be a good thing if you literally just bought the game last week? What Blizzard might do, I'm not saying they are going to do this, but from an ethical standpoint and from a financial standpoint, this makes sense. But since there's speculations of Overwatch 2 being a standalone game, what they might do is make it free to play or possibly at a discounted price for anybody that bought Overwatch 1 in the past 4 years. Either way, whether that idea is good or not, that's an idea that's supposed to kind of silence a lot of anxiety that's going on, but the fact of the matter is there's going to be lots of people freaking out for many different reasons. There's going to be people freaking out that bought Overwatch last week feeling like they got cheated because now there's a new Overwatch game coming out and their game that they just bought is free to play. Then there's some people freaking out because they might not have enough money to buy Overwatch 2, and then there's other people freaking out because they spent all their money on loot boxes to get their skins for their main, and the skins might not transfer over into this new Overwatch 2 experience, which has been a leak that's been speculated. So either way, people are not happy for different reasons, but again, that's the best and worst part about all this is that none of this is technically going to happen. In a perfect world, what would happen is that we would continue to play Overwatch 1. Overwatch 2 is going to be a free add-on with a new campaign story mode and campaign missions added later on, and a brand new game mode and a brand new hero, and just continue on with the free DLC. And you know, that's rough because how do you expect Blizzard to make all of that happen without any money? And I'm sure they have lots of money, okay? I do not doubt that, but that money is eventually going to run out if they don't keep supplying themselves with money to pay these employees to make these games. So how can they do that? Either with the sale of Overwatch, which I don't think they're making a lot of money on. We've already discussed that. Well, they can make a lot of money through the sales of loot boxes, which is why they might make Overwatch 1 free to play if they were to make Overwatch 2 a free DLC package, or they can make Overwatch 1 not free to play, which means no sales for Overwatch, which means you do not get cheated if you just bought Overwatch last week, but they can make Overwatch 2 a standalone game where you pay $20 to $60 for this brand new Overwatch 2 game with loot boxes, with new skins, where you get a new Overwatch experience where they invested so much money developing, but you have to buy the game and also buy loot boxes to get brand new skins. But you get brand new skins and a brand new game. It's opportunity cost, baby. Somebody is going to be disappointed, but that's why I'm making this video, is to tell you, do not have any expectations of Overwatch 2 because it's not going to be exactly what you want. Now, is Overwatch 2 going to be something that screws over the Overwatch 1 community, kind of like how Destiny 2 screwed over the Destiny 1 community with all these items that are now useless because now there's this brand new standalone game? I pray that that is not the outcome. And if I were to pray to anyone, it would be Jeff Kaplan in the Overwatch team. Now, video game companies, there aren't a lot of reputable ones, all right? The only ones that I can think of are like Nintendo, Naughty Dog, Rockstar, and I would say Blizzard is in that category. Maybe not in recent memory, but, you know, they could be worse, man. It sucks that I have to say that it could be worse, but one last thing I will say is that at least we're getting something. At least Overwatch and the Overwatch community is getting constant support. We could be like the Super Smash Bros. Melee community where they get zero love. We could be like the TF2 community. At least we are getting updates. Yearly not even yearly, monthly updates. It might not be exactly what you want, and we can hope that it won't screw us over financially or when it comes to our morals of what we expect Overwatch, but realize that we're getting updates, and that's what I'm most excited about. And maybe my excitement will be shot down once I see the announcement of what Overwatch 2 will be and what it will do to Overwatch 1, but you know, you just gotta look at it from an optimistic standpoint. You can't be pessimistic. You can't be, oh, this is gonna suck, my skins are gonna be worthless, I'm not gonna be able to play with my friends. Just calm down, baby boy, calm down. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think about all these leaks in regards to Overwatch 2 being standalone, Overwatch 1 being free to play, all that kind of jazz. And this might be my last Overwatch 2 update until BlizzCon, and best believe I'm gonna be updating y'all about what's going on over there. So I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.